My stepmom baked me cookies and left them on the counter. I said my little brother and I finished them after school. She started shaking. Your brother ate them too? The kitchen smelled like vanilla and cinnamon, that warm, homey scent that should have made me feel safe and loved instead of watching my stepmom's face drain of all color until she looked like she might collapse right there on the tile floor. I'd just walked in from basketball practice with my little brother Oliver, both of us sweaty and starving, and I'd been thanking her for the chocolate chip cookies she'd left on the counter with a note that said, "For Liam, enjoy," in her perfect cursive handwriting. They were amazing, I'd said, dropping my gym bag by the door. Oliver and I demolished the whole batch on the drive home. We were so hungry we couldn't wait. That's when her coffee mug slipped from her fingers and shattered against the floor, hot liquid spraying across the white tiles, but she didn't even look down at the mess. Her eyes were locked on Oliver, who was 8 years old and currently digging in the refrigerator for something to drink, completely oblivious to the fact that our stepmom looked like she was watching her entire world implode in real time. I'd been living with my dad and stepmom Vanessa for 3 years when that Thursday afternoon destroyed everything I thought I knew about my family. My mom had died in a car accident when I was 13, a drunk driver running a red light on a rainy November evening that turned my world inside out. Dad had been devastated, barely functional for months, and I'd tried to hold things together even though I was falling apart myself. Then he'd met Vanessa at some work conference about 18 months after Mom died, and she'd seemed like exactly what our broken family needed. She was warm and attentive and patient with my grief, never trying to replace my mom, but carving out her own space in our lives. They'd gotten married quietly after dating for a year, and she'd moved into our house with her son Oliver from a previous relationship. Oliver's dad wasn't in the picture, hadn't been since Oliver was a baby, and Vanessa had raised him alone while working as a pharmaceutical sales representative making decent money, but struggling with the demands of single parenthood. The blended family thing had been rocky at first, like it always is. I was 15 and angry at the world for taking my mom, resentful of this woman trying to cook dinner and ask about my homework and attend my basketball games. But Vanessa had been persistent without being pushy, giving me space when I needed it, and showing up consistently even when I was being a difficult teenager. Oliver had worshipped me from day one, this energetic kid who wanted to do everything his big brother did, and it was hard to stay angry when he looked at me like I hung the moon. Over time, I'd softened, started calling her Vanessa instead of my dad's wife, started actually talking to her instead of giving one-word answers, started to believe that maybe our weird little family could actually work. Now I was 17, a senior in high school, and things had seemed good. Dad worked long hours as a construction project manager. Vanessa had her pharmaceutical sales job that kept her traveling occasionally. Oliver was thriving in 3rd grade, and I was looking at college basketball scholarships and trying to figure out what I wanted to major in. Normal family stuff, normal problems. Until the moment I mentioned sharing those cookies with Oliver and watched Vanessa's careful mask crack wide open to reveal something terrifying underneath. Your brother ate them too? She repeated, her voice coming out strangled and thin. Oliver had closed the refrigerator and was looking at her with confusion, a juice box in his hand. Mom, are you okay? He asked, and she made this sound that was